over whatever that is. So this one fires rockets, but it's not even the deadliest one yet. So everybody, I am back, and for today I'm going over the test server that occurred on Sunday, so yesterday, and we're not doing any live games, but I did have some time to record about 2 matches and review these new robots, and these little buggers are mean, so let's just go over them. The new robots are called Nemesis, Hades, and Ares, also known as Ares is the Greek god of war. Nemesis is just a nemesis, someone who, I mean, I'm sure it's a god of something, and then Hades is the Greek god of the underworld. So, and these things are some serious buggers. So I'm just gonna start this video real quick of the first one, which is this is the Ares, right? And I'm just gonna show the Ares portion of this battle, and then I'm going to switch to the other battle where I use the other robots much more, but I just thought that I didn't use the Ares enough, so I filmed another one. So here we go! Team Deathmatch, 9, 8, 7, 6. So I spawned in with this. I have 2 Shock Train, 2 Scourge, and then if you can see, kind of has some gold and blue little lines held up to it. Why am I not moving? Oh, there we go. Alright, so let me tell you about these things. So their ability is actually really brutal. These things are a little, I mean, they're test robots, which, I mean, I understand they can be a little overpowered, but these things are. So look at this real quick. I activate these, they charge up right there, and then watch. Just a barrage of blue missiles that do tons of damage. I'm not sure if it's me or someone else, but then 16 seconds for another barrage of 4 energy weapons. And that is specifically energy for this robot. And also, if you saw, that energy shield is completely unbreakable. So you could have about 9 Orcan Spectres coming at you just full blast, and they wouldn't even make a dent because that thing is unbreakable. So as I see here, you activate it, right, and that thing on the dial on the right is charging up. So the longer you let it charge up, the more damage it does, I've found, and then they just fold right back there. And I was not getting damaged at all during that part because it's just an unbreakable shield while the ability is active. So this is the Ares robot. It's the weakest one, I believe, that has the 2 medium and 2 light. And it doesn't really matter how much health you have because look at the shield on the top left. There's no number. It just stays there forever. See, and then you can just see this barrage of energy weapons that thing. It's a range of 500, so that's why I have the shock trains with it to pair really nicely with it, and it is just such a deadly robot. Okay, so I think that was the Ares robot portion. Oh wait, no, I have a second one with Scourge, and we will watch that after. So now we're switching over to this one, Team Deathmatch, starting 14, 13, 12. And then this one I start with the Nemesis, which you're like, okay, it only has 2 medium weapons. It's like a Kumiho. You are wrong, because if you look on the sides, you're like, okay, that kind of looks like an electrical socket, but it's not an electrical socket. You see that on the right? That's the missile barrage ability, I believe it's called. Missile, it's something. It has pretty high health, and then look. A big missile salvo pops from the top, splits in half, and then the 2 salvos on the side and the big main one that pops out of the top fire a barrage of what kind of looks like Columbus rockets, and they have really, really high area damage, as you can see. Look, unbreakable shield right here. I'm within 15. Oh, within 15, and then you can just see all that area damage that I do through the shield and just completely screw over whatever that is. So, this one fires rockets, but it's not even the deadliest one yet. So I just activated my shield so that Butch could not shoot me with all its trebs, and it just completely wasted all those. I got about half its health down with the ability. I think it's called Revenge on the bottom. Yeah, it's called Revenge. And this thing is just absolutely horrifyingly scary because of how many rockets it can shoot, and the frequency of its attacks are a lot higher than the other robot, Ares. So kind of getting a little fire here, but I've not even lost half my health yet, and I've gotten slammed by a couple. And the longevity of these robots are crazy because that energy shield that is just unbreakable is incredibly useful for those times when you know that an enemy's coming. Like, watch, when I fight this Hayachi, I activate that, I absorb some of the blows of those Orkans, and then I don't get damaged because that might have been a killing blow. So we have a Blitz kind of going after him with the Scourges. That's the Aegis shield, so I'm not going to get through that. My weapons suck. I activate that, get a little more time out of that, kind of screw over the shield a little bit, and he dies. And then I die. So it's kind of like a lifeline. And then here I activate the Hades, which I think, in my personal opinion, is the most powerful of the three. I'm going to call them Hell Robots because they are. They suck. Fighting against them is terrible. So you see this gun on the right? That little thing that pops out? That's actually a gun. And that thing, let me tell you, is probably the strongest freaking weapon in the entire War Robots universe, because you check this thing out. Once I go up to this robot that's over here somewhere, it happens eventually, but this thing is incredibly powerful. It is I like to think of it as a multi-fire Nashorn, kind of. That's what the bullets look like, but it's just, I'm assuming, an incredibly high caliber of just death, and it is a very, very powerful weapon. Watch this really quick. So his health just disappears. You're like, where does it go? It just, I mean, its ability is way too powerful. This is the kinetic, not the explosive, but the kinetic shot that ability this one has. So I think I go up against this whatever it is. But watch his health. Watch his health. Boop, boop, and then there's the Blitz shield, and then that's it. So you can drain people's abilities like nobody's business. You can drain people's health and shields like nobody's business with that Hades ability, and it's just it's completely crazy because of how much damage that does. I don't really know the count of it, but it's high. It's really high. So here we go, charging up the laser salvos, and there it goes, firing off there, and it's some pretty good sustained fire, but I mean, it's energy shield, so yeah, it shouldn't do enough as much damage as the Hades thing, but the Hades thing is like the midpoint between these two robots. So we have the Hades in the middle, and then the Ares and the Nemesis on the sides. The Nemesis has the rockets, which is area damage, and then the Ares has the energy damage. Yeah, I didn't have a highly charged phone here. And then I go in with a Falcon, actually, one of these designs that I want to go in soon. And then, you know, the Hades is in the middle because it has neither area damage nor energy, and it just it completely destroys. So with the Falcon, you know, not really doing too hot, but with the resistance it gives you, you can get pretty slammed and still do okay. But not really in this instance, but in the other video I'm about to switch over to, once I use this Nemesis with Orkans. And I thought Orkans would be a good idea because, oh, okay, I completely forgot that happened, because that's basically, I'm going to count that top one as 2, so, I mean, that's technically 4 built-in weapons, and then the 2 on top, so that's 6 weapons right here, and I'm sheltering that bulwark, and then we just kind of go a little crazy on that, and then, I mean, I think this robot right here is the most balanced one out of the 3, because its rockets don't do terribly a lot of damage. I think if you just extended the ability time and got rid of the unbreakable shield, then, you know, you'd have a little benefit. But the Hades ability is way too powerful. I mean, here we go. We have an invader. It has relatively high health, right? But you know, you take it, but this thing has high health as well, and I mean, it doesn't put out as much damage to compensate for that. And then with the crazy, incredible shield of awesomeness, and then weapons get taken out, and then I think I die here. Yeah, there we go. So I think that's the battle there, so we're going to switch right back over to this second battle. Here we go with the Scourge. and just spawned in right now, and there it is. So this one has a longer range. The energy weapons are 500, and then the Scourge and Sparks are 600, so I should be able to actually reach him from here, and oh, poor guy's locked down, so I think this was a Strider. Yeah, there it goes. So this one is the more balanced of the three as well. So I think the Ares, which is the rockets, and the Nemesis, which is the energy, or I'm getting those two switched up. Yeah, I am. This is the Ares. The Nemesis is the one with the rockets, and then the Hades is the one that's on the really far end of the spectrum. So these two are like relatively okayly balanced. And then the Hades is over here, and this is the really overpowered spectrum. And then this is where a Jeopard is. So just for that, you know, just for the perspective. So I mean, it's fun to play with. You know, it's kind of like a Griffin, except it doesn't have the jump ability. And I mean, without the unbreakable shield, then this would actually be a really, really great idea with the built-in weapons. So firing on this Falcon right here, just taking him kind of down, and I like it that you can't really control when they fire. So if you screw up and you end up shooting a wall, well, that's how it goes. I'm getting torn to pieces by this Leo here. I think he gets taken out by someone else. Oh, there he goes. That Blitz, and then I found this Wayland, and then boom, dead. Yeah, so that doesn't really end up too well. So I think yeah, and then continuing on, get killed, then spawns in with the Falcon right here. Run and run, run, run. And this one I actually play a lot better with the Falcon because, well, I play what make better decisions, and with the resistance that the armor gives, it's really easy to play well. And then, you know, you just screw people over with Exodus when you can, and then hey. I think that's fun that they added the jump ability. So then we have a Hayachi over here that's kind of being him. So got the resistance back, and it's 8 seconds for the next ability. I can walk upstairs, I swear. Here we go. And this Hades with me just completely obliterates everything. And then this thing is actually, I think, a Wayland or a Rasian that has only shields. So it can't do anything, as it just gets murdered by that Hades, that poor thing. Yeah, just watch it die, and in sadness, you know, just kind of tear it to pieces. But oh, there we go with the Bulwark. Bulwark is great, and then there's another Wayland with the two shields. And I honestly I think I kind of like Falcon now with the. I mean, it took a kind of getting used to because it looked completely ridiculous. This was a really dumb move, to be honest. Like doing this was kind of dumb because I actually didn't lose too much health doing it. I thought that I lost a lot more health doing that than before. But I actually kind of like Falcon now because the idea of having a sustained fire heavy in the middle of it. So sustained fire is kind of like an Ember or an Avenger, something that you can just shoot and it doesn't really run out of ammo too quick. And it just does its damage over a long period of time. And then we have these two bursters, which are like Exodus, which I get torn to pieces here. Exodus, so you can only have them out for a short amount of time. You unload them really fast, and then they go away, and you can't use them. But I mean, it doesn't matter because they've already been all shot out. So that's kind of the gist of what I kind of imagine of the Falcon, and I think that'll work out well because I'm getting a second Redeemer. So with the second Redeemer, I can put the two Redeemers on the sides and then just unload those, and then it'll be great. But I have to make sure to unload them because if they get put away and they have like one pulse, the next time I bring them out, they're just gonna be complete garbage. So here we go. You see the Nemesis ability some more. Just this poor Mender getting torn to bits by our entire team. Yeah, we've won the battle by now, so I think it's just a more of a celebration. Yay! We win! Yay! Missiles! Pew 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 pew. Yeah. So the animation of that rocket is really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. Got 1 million damage on this. See, this is. Hold on. I'm gonna go back and pause this. So this is the kind of stuff that we need. Remember how you get like 1 million damage and you get almost 1 million silver? This is I miss the good old days of when that could happen. So, alright, 5 kills, not terrible. Some guy got 13. I don't know, just wizardry and witchcraft and all that. Yeah, so that was my video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Kind of sucked I wasn't able to do it live, but I will be hopefully being able to do this, be able to do this live next time. And I will be playing something, probably War Robots next time. And thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.